Isang mapagpalayang araw sa ating lahat. We are the Group 2 and now we will be discussing about labor issues in the hospitality industry. Before we start, let us define what is labor issues. Labor issues are problems or challenges experienced by workers and employers concerning employment, wages, working conditions, rights, benefits, and treatment in the workplace. So here in the Philippines, very common struggles at iba-ibang nararanasan ng mga Pilipino dito na may malaking epekto ang naidudulot nitong problema na to. In Rizal's time, Rizal's writing and reformist ideas address broader problems of colonial inequality, forced labor, abuses of power, and lack of rights and dignity experienced by Filipinos. So sa panahon nga ni Rizal, kahit mismo sa panahon ni Rizal nararanasan na to. Hindi lang sa kasalukuyan, kundi sa nakaraan. Nandun yung hindi pagkakapantay-pantay, sapilit ng pagtatrabaho, pang-aabuso, at lalo-lalo na ang pagsasawalang bahala ng karapatang Pilipino. In hospitality industry, these issues are important because hotels, restaurants, resorts, and other hospitality businesses depends on human labor and customer services. So maging sa industriya, alam naman natin na napakalaking industriya ang hospitality. Maging dito, kalamitang nararanasan din ng mga Pilipino. And now let's proceed to the labor issues in Rizal's time.
Forced labor or vice servicios. Filipino males were required to perform for a specific period. They could assign to construct roads, bridges, building, and other public works. The system was widely criticized because it could separate men from their families. Sinasabi dito na mga kalalakihan ay pwersahang pinagtatrabaho sa mga public works tulad ng construction and other works for the public. And I would like to add, aside from forcing the male for labor works, meron ding mandatory batas sa mga kalalakihan lamang ang pwedeng magtrabaho and ang mga kababaihan ay kailangan na sa bahay lamang, doing motherhood jobs. This create inequality for women because they are not allowed to do some job. But later on, this rule is changed. They are allowed to do some jobs, but it needed to be light, like sewing clothes.
Unfair treatment of Filipino workers. Filipinos were generally placed in an unequal position under the colonial system. Social and political power was concentrated among Spanish colonial authorities and privileged groups.
Lack of equal rights. During Rizal's period, Filipinos did not enjoy political and social equality with Spaniards. Limited representation and unequal treatment contributed to frustration among educated Filipinos and other sectors of society. Noong panahon po ni Rizal, Filipinos did not have the same rights as the Spaniards. Kahit nasa sariling bansa nila sila, mas maraming opportunities at privileges ang mga Espanyol, especially sa government at social status. Because of this, maraming Pilipino ang nakaramdam ng unfair treatment at frustration. Yung mga educated Filipinos or the ilustrados became more aware of these inequalities and started pushing for reforms. Dahil dito, mas lumakas ang desire ng mga Pilipino for equality, justice, at mas magandang representation sa pamahalaan.
Poor dignity and social status of labor. Manual labor and ordinary workers could be treated as socially inferior. Rizal's broader message emphasized the dignity of Filipinos as human beings and citizens, regardless of social class. For me, this means that during Rizal's time, people who had manual or ordinary jobs were sometimes treated as if they were less important because of their social status. I think Rizal was trying to remind people that your job doesn't decide your worth. I agree with this because no matter what kind of work someone does, they still deserve to be respected and treated equally.
Now let's move to labor issues in hospitality industry. So the first one here is low wages. In some cases, workers depends on service charges, tips, or overtime pay to increase their income. So this issue is very common which has advantage and disadvantage sa employees. Sabi nga nila, minsan mas malaki pa ang tip kaysa sa sahod. Minsan, doon na lang sila nakakabawi dahil alam naman natin kung ano ang sistema sa Pilipinas at yun ang realidad. So the second one is long and irregular working hours. Hospitality establishments often operate for long hours, sometimes 24 hours a day. So dito napapasok ang salitang OT, which is overtime. And during peak seasons, maging Pasko, kailangan mo magtrabaho. Dahil kapag Pasko nga raw, maraming benta, maraming tao, kaya trabaho ay trabaho. And lastly, lack of career advancement. Some workers may feel that they have limited opportunities for promotion. So here, for example, you're a waiter and you work for several years sa restaurant. And then you want to become a manager. But you don't have any chances or opportunities or training for you because it's limited. 'Di ba? Sabi nga nila, kapag nagtrabaho ka, mag-uumpisa ka muna sa pinakamababa hanggang sa pinakamataas. Pero dito nga sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Kahit ilang taon ka pa, kahit gaano ka nakagaling, gaano ka kasanay sa mga ganyang bagay, lalo na sa trabaho mo, kung dun ka, yun talaga. So, may magagawa ba tayo? Well, we don't know.
Comparison of labor issues in hospitality industry and historical time. In hospitality industry today, the main problem are low wages, long hours, stress, job insecurity, and discrimination in the workplace, such as hotel, restaurants, resorts, and tourism. For example is yung sa hotel and tourism, may kailangan na ma-meet na standard para sa height. If hindi pasok yung height mo, hindi ka nila tatanggapin. In the line of historical time, the main problem are forced labor, economic burden, inequality, and abuse of authority. Farming, public works, agriculture, manual labor, and other occupation. Tinitake nilang advantage dahil iniisip nila na mga mabababang tao yon kaya madali nilang maaabuso. But nowadays, hindi nila basta-basta magagawa to sapagkat may mga pumoprotekta ng batas sa mga nagtatrabaho.
Now, let us define what is the relationship between results time and hospitality industry. So, overall connection. In results time, the major concern was freedom, equality, dignity, and protection from colonial abuse. While in hospitality industry today, the major concern are fair employment, decent working conditions, employee rights, and proper treatment. Let's now move to our guide questions and answers.
Our first question, what is the issue and why is it important? The issue is the change of Filipino traits of hospitality since the time of Rizal due to modernization, technological progress, and changes in social and cultural values. The significance of the problem lies in the fact that understanding transformation in one, the important feature of Filipino character will allow discerning how the entire culture has changed and what legacy the nation has acquired through the years to seek to preserve and improve in the future. Next, what does the issue continue to exist today? The issue continue because some people still judge others based on their job or social status. There are also workplaces where workers may not receive fair pay, proper treatment, or enough respect for what they do.
Next question. How is it similar to the conditions during results time? The situation is similar because unfair treatment of workers still happens today. During results time, Filipinos were placed in an unequal position compared to Spaniards, and especially when it came to social and political power. And for the last question, what can the hospitality industry do to help solve the problems? The hospitality industry can help by treating all workers fairly and with respect regardless of their position. Employees should receive fair wages, safe working conditions, and equal opportunities to improve their careers.
Our reflection we find most absorbed about the lack of equal rights in historical time was the Filipino were not recognized as equal in their own country. It makes me understand why people felt dissatisfied and angry about the state of their country before. It also explains the why equality is crucial in every country. We realize that many employees still experience unfair treatment, working hard yet receiving only the bare minimum benefits. That's why some Filipinos choose to become OFWs because opportunity abroad often provide what they couldn't earn in their own country. That's why choosing good governance matters so much. It is the foundation for fair opportunities, stronger institution, and real economic growth.
And that is the end of our presentation. Maraming salamat and we hope that you learned something.